Yeah, it is fun. For the player, it's a lot of fun. For us, it's also fun, but also pain. But it's voodoo, I guess. That's how it's supposed to be, right? So, I mean, we had, of course, a lot of history in the genre with Commandos and the old Desperados games who influenced us previously on Shadow Tactics and now on Desperados 3 a lot. Like, these are the clear influences. And they already created the basic systems for that, right? It's all there. We just had to look at it and understand how it works and then improve on certain aspects.
The iterative process of making a UI is very long and painstaking. We started with that as a base, and parting from there, I kind of added more detail, and very quickly we realized that a realistic or a more old school approach to UI wasn't really the direction that we were wanting to go in. And we kind of wanted to experiment more with a minimalistic approach. It's very important when it comes to buttons and shapes, like how is this going to respond when I hover over it, or what are the colors going to be, because the responsiveness of the buttons are of course very important. If this has the wrong shape and you hover over it, maybe the user doesn't understand that it's something he can interact with or something. You kind of have to show a ton of information, or be able to show a ton of information and have it look pretty. And I wanted to give the world kind of space to breathe, so I moved everything over so that the center and focus of the game is basically the game itself, and then the UI kind of complements it and sits out of the way of the player so that you can keep attention on the game, but if you want to check out more info, then you have it at your disposal on the sides of the screen.
No problem. Come on, go. Won't make a sound. The boat in the house look less crowded. Maybe I'll go there first.
You have to do water uniquely each time for a game, which is limited a bit by both technical limitations and as well as gameplay limitations. For example, in our case, you had to see the border of it all the time because you can interact with the water and sometimes you hide in it. And of course, it has to look interestingly. And in our case, since we're trying to get a pretty realistic style, I went with layering up a couple of individual elements, like the basic color. So you had to, so you could choose how it looks on a pretty basic level, like that's the base color. So you basically simulate a flow of the water here, and you bake it into a texture and read it later from a shader, which is basically the graphical code behind it. And you do one water for the whole game, so you try to get a rule kind of to make water look right at every level, independent of the lighting, but at the same time you just want to tweak it a bit and make it fit into the respective setting. So that's the challenge of it mostly.
Video games are such a complex and big thing, and you have to communicate so much, and so having fast and efficient and nice communication is very important, because otherwise you just get lost, and you get so much inspiration also when you see like people working on things and they turn out to be like super cool, and you're like, oh my god, this looks so cool, I have to like support this as much as I can on my side. So you're always like inspiring each other.
So there were some original characters like Cooper and Kate and McCoy, and we took a lot of the lore and the old games and tried to take the spirit of them, but to make something new out of them so they fit in the modern world.
For example, the way we give the characters their skills is a little different from back in the day. For us, it's very important that every character can basically do anything. Back in the day, you had the specialists, like you have now, but they were very specialized. Many characters couldn't even knock out someone, or they couldn't carry a body, and that made it very strict on what you could do. You can only use that guy to carry a body. With us, every character can carry bodies. They can carry them in different ways, so you have there's gameplay there. You can say, okay, I want to make a strategic decision and use this character because he's fast, or this one who's slow but is detected worse. And there is decisions there, but every character can do anything. And this is where the game design comes into this, I think, a lot.
My favorite character is Isabel, because she's the newest, most experimental thing we did yet.
Gameplay-wise, she was like a revolution of that genre because she has magic skills. So skills and look, it was a different kind of character in that group because the others are archetypes of cowboys, I would say, and she is something special in that overall group. She's a voodoo type character. So
Isabel has some new cool skills, the connect and mind control, which both needed a lot of new behaviors from the AI to react properly to it. Like a mind-controlled NPC that kills another NPC needs to be reacted properly, so the AI recognizes that the mind-controlled NPC probably like was a traitor, and they walk over to him and tie him up. This is just like a very special case. No other case would prompt an NPC to tie up another NPC. So this is stuff I have to take care of, and there are lots of those cases.
Sleep tight. You won't remember a thing. I'm already there.
That's the work of a traitor.
Because you can connect anything. So you have to think about what happens if I connect a chicken with a guard, or a chicken with this guard, or a dog with a chicken. Or you can. There's a huge Excel sheet that we actually have. We made it far too late, but there is this Excel sheet, and it's insane the amount of stuff you can do with it.
the cutscenes were the big new thing, and the production value went up for only cutscenes. I think we're doing a game and a film together. It's insane.
Now, since 1 year or something, we know what is the game gonna be about, and we have all the parts and everything, and now it's coming to the moment where everything fits together, and then see it all in one stream. It's gonna be the coolest moment.
Probably play the game for that and find out yourself.